Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be reading the Off Balance series by Lucia Franco. This is a read-along hosted by many booktubers that I will link down below in the description box. This is the perfect opportunity for me to try out this series. I've heard nothing but great things. I have heard some people DNF because they're kind of iffy with the age gap and they just couldn't really get into it. I believe it is a 6-book series, so it's quite long and it is about the same couple. You guys know how I feel about that, but I'm open to it just like how I was open to it with the K.A. Tucker read along. That series by K.A. Tucker was very frustrating, so I'm hoping that this one isn't as much. But it is 6 books, so it probably will be. And I did get kind of nervous. I was mostly excited, but I did get kind of nervous because I did see that the first book is like 600 pages. And I just want to know why. Like, why is it 600 pages? I guess we're gonna have to find out. So if you guys want to see my thoughts on this series or see how far I get with this series, or even if this reading vlog comes to light and you guys are actually watching this, who knows, we'll see how it goes. But I am wanting to start the first book Balance sometime today or tomorrow, so I will keep you guys updated. Hey guys, so I'm here to do an update on Balance. I just started the first book last night. I am 16% of the way in, so not even 20%, but I figured I might as well just give you the update because I'm gonna keep reading regardless. So basically, it took me a minute to start this. It took me a minute to pick this book up because I just didn't know. I don't know why I'm like this. I just am. But I picked it up and I'm enjoying it so far. I am liking it so far. I will, like I said, keep reading. Basically, we have our main heroine, Adriana Rossi, I think it is. And then our hero, Konstantin Kornakova, I think. And then his nickname is Kova. So let's talk about the hero because I don't have that much to say about him, but he is giving very much older man. Hot man coach vibes, you know. I'm really liking it. Well, I'm really liking him, but he is very strict, which I appreciate, and I also like that he's not a bullshitter. Like, he's gonna tell it to you like it is, and I am eating it up, okay? And he's I like him. He has to do something like real offhanded for me to like him, okay? But I just know that I'm gonna fall in love with him and he probably gonna break my heart. Now, to talk about the heroine, Adriana, I love how the book opened up with her asking her father. She kind of has this like distant relationship with both of her parents, but I think she's a little bit closer to her dad. And her dad literally does a lot of things to get her to this World Cup gym that Kova owns. And basically, Kova knows Adriana's father, and he has met her when she was like little, like when she was 5. But they don't see each other regularly. I think he only saw her that one time. I think that the way that her romance is going to play out has to do a little bit with her relationship with her family, but I think that because of the relationship with her family, it also plays a big part in how she thinks about gymnastics. That's the one thing I love about her so far. We don't know how that's going to change, but so far I love her dedication to gymnastics. I love her I can do this attitude. Like, she's like in it to win it. She's like, this is the goal and we're going there. And I also appreciated how Kova was like, you're not great, you're not even at level 10, like you're not even close to being elite, you know what I mean? And I like how that hurt her because she's like, I'm not good enough, even though she thought she was good enough. But that didn't crush her. Like, she just took that and it hurt, but she took it and she is like, well, make me better, like make me where I need to be, like put me on the map, you know what I mean? So I love that about her. I do think some of her responses are childish, and Lucia Franco does a good job at telling us that she's mature, because since I've started the book, it has already told me multiple times that she's mature, whether she thinks that she's more mature, or the fact that her family thinks she's more mature, or that her friend thinks that she's more mature. Like, we just keep getting told that she's more mature, but I feel like we haven't seen it in any other aspect in her life except for gymnastics. She has this discipline for gymnastics, and she sometimes gives childish responses, and she kind of fights back sometimes at the things that need to be done or that need to be said, and she kind of like is like, no, like she like talks back, right? Which is a little bit childish, but then I also have to remind myself that she's only 16. I do want to see more of her maturity. Like, I want to see it. I don't want to be told it. And I bet we're going to get that further along in this book. Hopefully she grows a little bit in that way. I mean, there's 6 books, y'all. So if she don't mature by the end of the 6th book, I don't know. But yeah, basically that's my only criticism. I would like to see her more mature. But anyways, besides that, I do love her and I do love Kova. And I am loving the way that they are with each other. Like, she already thinks he's hot as hell. And she's like, oh my God, we're going to be like in close proximity. And I think that's why I'm going to eat this series up, because they are going to be in close proximity. And he's a no bullshitter. He's like going to take her there because that's what she wants. And he's gonna work her hard. Not only in the good kind, I'm guessing. So, but she's in it, and she's in it to win it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that about her personality and about the story. And I'm actually gonna pick up the book right now so I could read it quite a bit more and hopefully update you guys later today, because it's only the afternoon. It's like 12:13, and I do have to take my car to get a tire change because I fell into a pothole and I got a flat, and now I have to go get it fixed, which is so unfortunate. These potholes where I live, it's literally like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go get that fixed. And then if I still have time on my lunch, I'm gonna read some more. I'm liking it so far. I'm a little surprised that I am. But y'all, 6 books? 6 books, bro. And I did see Tori from A Novel Life finish the 3rd book before the live show, and she was pissed at Kova. So now I'm like, what does he do? Like, what does he do? What does he say? Ugh. I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm nervous, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the angst. I'm here. This is probably gonna break my heart. Who knows? But we'll see. I honestly think that I'm gonna eat this series up. I honestly, this is my thoughts right now, okay? But I honestly think that I'm gonna eat this series up, and this series is gonna piss me off, and I'm not gonna be able to stop reading it. I think that's how it's gonna go. So let me shut up and see how it actually does go, and I'll update you guys later today. Okay, so I was reading quite a bit of Balance. I am currently on chapter 19. I am 20% of the way in. I am liking it so far. We have gotten a little bit more background on Kova and his childhood, which I was not expecting at all. I was kind of like, damn, you know? You just get a deeper understanding about him, which I am liking. I'm glad for it. And the relationship between Kova and Adriana is building. The lines are getting blurred, honey. Okay, that's what's happening here. The lines are getting blurred. Things are happening, but like nothing, like, it's just like the tension. It's so good. It's really good so far. The thing that I'm just kind of like, why was this in here, is her relationship with Hayden. He is another character in the book. He is a male gymnast, and he helps Adriana out with her blisters on her hand and her rips and all of that. And then they have this moment in her apartment where something happens. They have this moment, and to be honest, for me, it was like, where did this even come from? Like, y'all didn't even have that many interactions. Like, I just don't understand. And it was just weird because I was like, well, I thought it was gonna be building a relationship between Kova and Adriana, you know? But then Lucia threw this shit in here, and I'm like, so what? Now there's gonna be like a love triangle? Or maybe she's just establishing Hayden so that there's going to be jealousy in play later on, because we do know that Kova does have a girlfriend. We know from the beginning. He hasn't mentioned anything about her, and she hasn't even asked anything about it, especially with these lines being blurred. So like, maybe Hayden is putting it in here for the jealousy aspect later on, or like to be like a big fuck you to Kova later on or something. I don't know, but at the beginning it kind of came out of nowhere because they did have interactions before, like they had gone out for coffee and he had been very like welcoming and friendly to her when she first got to the gym. But then to go from, oh, I'm gonna help you with your hands, to then they didn't fuck, but they had a moment, okay, and it just came out of nowhere for me. This is all I'm trying to say. I am really liking it so far. There was a moment where they talk about the Malish. He does call her that offhandedly, and it was very like random, but then she's like remembered it and she asked him what it meant and he told her, and yeah, so I'm after that part. I'm just gonna keep on reading, but that's my update for now. I'm gonna try and update maybe at the 40% or most likely at the 50%. I'm gonna keep reading and update you guys at the 50% mark. Okay, so I am currently 50% of the way in on Balance. I did read a bit more and I am liking it so far. I really am. I am coming to understand why there is literally 6 books in this, because she is 16 and Kova is 32. They're literally, that's a huge age gap, okay? And they did have this moment of weakness, and while it was hot, they did get caught. It kind of put everything into perspective for Kova. He like shut down Adriana because obviously this is bad. This is bad. They can't do it again. There's just too much on the line. Like, he could literally go to jail, and he literally says it. And I like that is brought up, the gravity of the situation. I appreciate that. And I'm coming to find out, like coming to terms with, that this series is so long because we still have Adriana that needs to grow up, for one. And two, Adriana has to become better and good enough to actually go to the Olympics. So I'm guessing this is gonna be a big character development. It's gonna be a lot, so I'm guessing that's why there's so many books. Like, there's a part of me while I'm reading it where I like cringe. Like, I'm like, fuck, you know, this isn't, like, some parts I'm like, oh, this is not right. Like, this is no, you know? So that's why I am like appreciating the way that Kova is shutting her down. Like, you can still feel the rejection, and it hurts because like you still like low-key want them to be together, or at least I do, but it had to be done because she is too young. There's too much on the line. It's so forbidden, and she like needs to grow up. She needs to live her life, and she needs to continue to work towards her Olympic goal, right? So I like that, and I appreciate that, and I liked that Kova had put his foot down. Now, if I get into the next chapter and he start doing shit again, then it kind of like backfires on him like putting his foot down, you know what I mean? But like, we haven't gotten there yet. And hopefully we don't, because now she is hanging out with Hayden, and like she has this attraction towards Hayden, and I think it's very normal. I mean, she's 16. Like, when I was 16, bitch, I was, you know, like, I was finding multiple guys attractive. So I feel like she has her options open, and I feel like Hayden is in the book because he is the safer choice. And I think that having Hayden might allow her to explore a more innocent relationship, because Kova, he's a grown man, okay? And no matter how sexy that shit is, no matter how dirty talking this man is, he just is not the right person for her right now. And that's why I think this series is so long, because there's just so much growing to do. And I'm honestly really enjoying it. There's some parts where I kind of like get taken out of the story, and I'm not sure why, but I am enjoying it. I am gonna finish the book. I am definitely gonna move on to the second book depending on how this first book goes. I don't know. I don't know. Like, okay, I like it, but I find myself wishing that she was older so like she could be with Kova. That's just not how the book is set up. And so it's very frustrating. And I think that's the whole point. Like, you're supposed to be in it with them and have the angst and have the feelings and get through it, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. And yeah, I will update you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I'm here for an update on the Balance book. Y'all. Okay, excuse this because I just woke up. It's the morning. You guys just watched me make my dirty chai and it's looking real. I gotta mix it. It's the morning. And I did read some more last night. I made it up to, let me check because this made it up to chapter 43, which then I proceeded to check how many fucking chapters are in this book. And there's 69 chapters. Ain't that some shit? I am 60% of the way in. Next time I update will most likely be after I'm done. I honestly okay, so here's my issue. I want them to be together, but at this moment in time, at this point, I just feel like there's not the emotional connection that I'm looking for. Like, Rhea is more like sexually attractive to Kova, and Kova, I feel like it's the same. Like, he's more sexually attracted to her because, yeah, they have like this emotional talk in the beginning where he tells her of his upbringing and she tells him about a little bit about her upbringing, and then they have that little moment as well in his trophy room at his house or whatever. Honestly, it's not enough. It's not enough for me to truly believe them doing everything that they're doing sexually. It's not clicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want more of an emotional connection because if you're just gonna put all of this on the line, like her career, his career, and like her chance to go to the Olympics, like if she's gonna put all of this on the line despite everything that she's been working for, we need something deeper than just sexual tension and like sexual want. And I'm at that's where I'm at. And so like I'm still enjoying the read. Like it's sitting very much 3 stars, but I want more of that. And they just had this encounter. The whole time I was like, these people are gonna get caught. It's hot, but like Kova through the whole thing, he's just trying to have like consent, which is like period, you know, but also he's like succumbing, you know what I mean? He's like losing control over whether he should or he shouldn't. After this other encounter, he is like broken down and like literally hating himself, and I'm like, this is not okay. I don't want my couples to feel like they're hating themselves after they are with the person that they want. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I don't know what more could happen. I truly don't. But we'll see, y'all. We'll see. I'm gonna continue reading a little bit more this morning while I sip on my chai and see where it takes us. See where it takes us, because if I wasn't doing this read along, would I have continued to book 2? I don't know. I forgot to mention that the best friend pulled up, and the best friend knows that Kova is the only one that calls her Rhea. So what if the best friend finds out? But like, I don't know if the best friend is gonna run into Kova unless she goes to practice the next day with Rhea. Girl, I don't know what's gonna happen. And also, Reagan, like why? Like, why is she like that? Girl, I would not have taken it. I wouldn't have. Hell no. But she's a bitch. Like, she is mean. We'll see. I thought that Reagan might have had something with Kova as well, but Kova had told Adriana that he's never felt like this before with somebody else, especially one of his gymnasts, and I was like, okay. I'll update you guys when I finish the book. So I'm here with an update for my Balance reading vlog. I was joining the Off Balance series read along, but I have decided that I'm not going to be doing it anymore just because for the first book, I ended up giving it a 2.5 stars. It really went downhill for me at the 70% mark. That last 30% really took me out, y'all. I don't know. And I don't think that I want to continue the series because I want to know the hype about it and I want to get my HEA. But at the same time, I hated the first book, so I just don't think that I'm gonna like the rest of the series. So let me pull up my Goodreads review because I did write it yesterday, but I figured I still am gonna post this reading vlog even though I only read the first book, because I guess you guys can see my opinion on the first book in the Balance series for anyone that is interested in my opinion. But let let me pull it up because, you know, I wrote some facts in my review, so I just need a little refresher. So I ended up rating it 2.5 stars, but I ended up rounding it down to a 2-star on Goodreads, and I did end up giving it like a 3.5 on the spicy scale. Liked the spice for the most part. Did my review not save, y'all? Or what? My review didn't save? Hold up. Oh, okay, well, at least Storygraph saved it. What the hell, Goodreads? I spent so long typing my review for it to just disappear. So basically, I'm pretty sure I already gave you guys the synopsis at the beginning of this reading vlog, but in case I didn't, it is a taboo, forbidden romance between a gymnast and her coach, and there is a giant age gap. She is 16 at the beginning of this book. By the end of the first book, she is 17, and her coach is 32. Listen, I don't judge people for what they read. I wanted to know what the hype was about. Figured I'd go in there and see. I figured if the age gap is done right, I'm gonna like this. But as I've come to the conclusion, it was not. So I didn't like it. I do think that this book was way too long. Like, listen, once we got to the 70% mark and how it went downhill for me, it was because it was too long. It was getting way too repetitive, and like things were happening that were pissing me off. So it was repetitive in the way that, okay, yeah, we get it, you know, it's forbidden, like we shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing this, I want to do this, I've never felt like this before, like you're the only one, we can't do this, I'm your coach, we can't do this, there's so much stakes on the line. Like, I get it. It got repetitive, they kept saying it back and forth, and I was just like, something needs to happen, like, please, I just need something to happen. Like, it was too repetitive, and I was just like, this book is too long, it did not need to be this long. If I feel that way about the first book, there is 5 more books in this series, y'all, about the same couple. So I'm just like, I just don't understand. Anyways, another thing that happens towards the end of the book that really was, I was just like, absolutely not, is that there's this moment where the heroine doesn't get into her gymnastics meet, like she doesn't qualify, like Kova takes her out, and Adriana goes to his office and is like yelling at him, like, please don't take me out, like blah 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 blah, and he's like, I took you out because I told you to get rid of Hayden and you did it. And she's like, what the fuck do you mean? And he was like, yeah, I saw y'all like walking and talking and like hanging out, you think I'm stupid? And I was like, sir, you give 0 fucks about this girl and you really about to take her out of her gymnastics meet because you jealous? Yeah, so that happens, right? And then she goes into the office and things get heated, but she's like, if you don't put me back in there, I'm gonna tell the authorities that you are word and blah blah blah. Like, she literally said that she was threatening him to tell on him that nothing was consensual and that he took advantage of her and all of that. That did not need to be in there, and it's not even funny. This book is already so taboo and forbidden, and people literally hate on this book because of the elements in it, and for her to put that as a threat when from the beginning it's consensual, like, you don't just threaten somebody with that. Like, it's not funny, and I didn't appreciate it. I don't know why the author put it in there. It didn't need to happen. She could have taken that whole thing out, like, absolutely not. And at the same time, she was threatening him with that, and he was like, you think they're gonna believe you? And like saying shit like that, y'all. And I was like, no, this is not okay. Like, no. And he was like, you really think they're gonna believe you, blah blah blah, like I have more experience than you and all this stuff, like real life shit, y'all. And I was like, hell no. And then they proceed to fuck each other in his office in the gymnasium, and I'm like, y'all real life stupid. I was shook, girl. I was shook. Also, Kova just doesn't redeem himself in this book at all. I understand there's 5 more books and maybe he redeems himself, and I'm guessing he does because, girl, like, why? But he is such an ass, and I honestly and truly don't think that there's any emotional connection between Adriana and Kova. Like, they have a deep conversation at the beginning of the relationship where they kind of connect, and then once they jump into their physical relationship, that's all there is. That's all there is. And like they don't have any more meaningful conversations. Like once they have sex with each other, that's it. Like that's all the relationship is. And then Adriana is over here talking to Hayden and like feeling some type of way towards him. And I'm just like, what was the point of doing all of this and putting so much on the line for it to just be a physical connection? You know what I mean? Like I would have way more liked it if they were just so emotionally like soulmates, and then you put the physical aspect, but that's not the only thing, you know? And there wasn't, I swear to God, I never felt that they were more than literally fuck buddies. Like it was so sad, y'all. Not only that, the heroine gets a kidney infection, and I'm saying a kidney infection because I can't remember. I just know that she had an infection where like it hurt for her to like pee like really bad, and so she was keeping it in, and then I'm pretty sure it's her kidney, y'all. I could be making that up, but it was a kidney infection, and she had to go to the ER, y'all. And the doctor was telling her that she had this infection and that it was probably because of the Plan B. Yeah, Plan B, because she does fuck Kova and they don't fucking use a condom, and she could possibly get pregnant because she's not on birth control. And he tells her that she needs to take a Plan B, and that if she ever got pregnant and she wanted to keep it, or if she said that it was his, that he would deny it to his last breath. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Sir. Sir. He literally said that, and I was like, wow. So that's how much y'all love each other, huh? You know? Then she gets home, she's feeling better, and like Kova hasn't talked to her in a minute, and he hasn't reached out. Like he literally gives no fucks about this bitch. I'm telling you, he gives no fucks, because like she was sick, y'all, and this was after he had like fucked her like really bad, like fucked her up really bad. He literally doesn't care, because he didn't even take care of her. He didn't check up on her. He literally gives zero fucks about her. Like you can't tell me that their relationship is emotionally tied, at least in this first book. But it didn't make me want to continue. Like what was in the first book that makes you continue? I guess the ending is a cliffhanger or something big happens, but I didn't give a fuck, because I didn't feel like Kova and Adriana had anything else besides a physical relationship. It's just about, okay, anyways, let me go back because I keep ranting. Kova ends up hitting her up at her apartment, and he's like, here's another Plan B, you need to take another one. And she's like, should I tell him about my kidney infection? Should I tell him that the doctor said that I shouldn't be taking any more of these because of the blah blah blah? And she's like, no, I'm not gonna burden him with that information. And she takes it, and I'm like, girl, fuck your life, huh? Like, you don't give a fuck either. When she has to go to the emergency room, she has to call out of the training. And so that's how Kova finds out about her hanging out with him, because she's not training. And Hayden had to call out for her because she called Hayden instead of Kova to take her to the emergency room. And he didn't give a fuck. He was like, why isn't she pulling up? Because I know that she wouldn't pull up just because of some little shit. No, he just got jealous and then took her off the meet. He don't care. He don't care, y'all. And I need my heroes to care. Okay? Like, I'm not asking for much. Then, speaking of which, with all of these decisions that Adriana has been making, like, I just wish that she was a lot more mature, because I just feel like the age gap wasn't done right. Like, we are told that she's mature in the beginning of the book, but we don't see it. She talks back. She has this deep love for gymnastics that we do feel, but with that has to come, like, priorities, right? Like, if she loves it that much, which we see it, and she tells us that she loves it and she can't lose it and it's her safe place, but she doesn't make good decisions for that goal and for that love of gymnastics. She makes stupid decisions with the Plan B, with the ER visit, with Kova, with just, y'all, everything. And I just feel like if she was portrayed a little bit more mature, and she would have made better decisions, whether she makes a bad decision and then she makes a couple right decisions and then she makes another one, like, we're not perfect and she's young, but she's supposed to be mature, you know what I mean? And she wasn't, and her age truly showed. And so because of that, it made this book cringy. Like, I remember telling y'all in the beginning of this reading vlog how I was like liking it, but at the same time I was feeling icky about it, and then like I would enjoy it, and then I kind of felt icky about it. But like I wanted them together, but I was also kind of like, where is this gonna go? So I was just, I didn't love this book. I really didn't. I loved some aspects about it, especially the gymnastics. I loved seeing the training. I loved seeing just the whole coach and athlete dynamic that wasn't, you know, the sexual part of it, because the relationship part of it. I just loved seeing everything, and I loved seeing her determined. She was a lot more determined in the beginning. Like she was boss in the beginning, and then towards the end she was trash, and then Kovo took her off the meet, and he said that it was because he was jealous, but maybe it was because she was trash too, because the whole time that she was doing gymnastics towards the end, she was like failing, and I'm just like, bruh, I thought you was good. I thought you had a goal. I thought you was gonna, you know, move up. I thought this was the goal, right? But no. Anyways, I love the gymnastics aspect. I just really wish that it was more on the forefront, and the relationship could have been a little bit more on the back burner, and then with the other books the relationship could have built, you know what I mean? So overall I gave it 2.5 stars. I don't know, there was just a lot of things about it that I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I just might not be a balanced girly like I really wanted to be, but I guess it's just not for me. It sucks because this could have been really good. Like this series could have been really good. I think that if Lucia Franco had done a duet or a trilogy max, and then had because the 6th book, the Out of Bounds book, is extra content, extended epilogues, I believe, like a novella type thing. If she would have done like a duet or a trilogy max plus that extended epilogue novella thing, oh, I think it would have been perfect. But to have 5 books, for what? And also I predicted the ending of book 2, so at the same time, like, what's the point of reading the 2nd book when I know how it's gonna end? So I feel like before the ending of book 2, it's all gonna be the same repetitive ass shit as the first one, because how much more could there be? So I guess that's how I feel about the Balance book. I will not be continuing this vlog. This is gonna be the end of the vlog. Let me know how you guys feel about the Off Balance series down below in the comments. Let's not do any spoilers. I try not to do any spoilers, but sometimes there's like specific things that I want to talk about which might be spoilers. But let me know down below in the comments if you already read it, if you tried reading it, if you loved it, if you hated it. Let me know down below. I would love to know. I guess if you guys have other gymnastic or coach athlete romance recs down below, I would love to know. I would love to read some more, because I really did love the gymnastics aspect of this book, but the relationship, the romance really failed for me. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's not the whole series, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.